Afternoon, so I didn't want to be completely redundant with updates in case we had some members at both. There'll be a little bit of overlap, but the majority of what we're going to cover, Benji and Kathleen will do. So if you hear me talking again later, it'll be fresh. So let's see who is on the line. I can see Bruce Spann. Hello, Bruce.
Hello, Madalena.
And Kim is here. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
KL and Michael Rivera. Hello, Michael. Good morning, Dave Bros. Good morning, Michael Holker and Scott Lowry. I see from the DVE team, Rosalind Roberson, Benji Hyatt, Kathleen Pennick, and then also in attendance, Tim just popped on from NAMAC. Good morning, Tim. Mary Ferlenza is here from FHWA, and Becky Soderholm is here from Transit. Oh, Mitch, I'm sorry I didn't mention that you are here. Thank you for representing. Is Anna going to be here as well?
She was still driving down, so she may be caught in traffic, but she should be getting on it sometime here.
Okay, well, we'll introduce her when she arrives, but just in case anyone on the call doesn't know, Anna Wisner is the new consultant services chief, so we are very happy. Michael Holker is very happy to have a chief in that position right now. And I've met with her a couple times, and she's great. So I'm really looking forward to that continued collaboration with BPD and consultant services. So, all right, we'll introduce anybody else as they come in and acknowledge them. With that, though, I think we can, oh, there's Randy Crump. Hi, Randy. Very virtual today. Oh, and Andy, did you just jump on too from HNTV? Okay.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Hi, good morning. All right, so I misspoke when I said I thought we would lose everybody to ACEC this morning, so thank you for being here. Oh, Kathleen, can you please send the meeting invite to Anna? She's just messaging me now.
Yep, just did it. She sent it to me too. I just saw it, so my apologies.
No worries. Yep. Okay, so we've done all our hellos, and just a reminder to check meeting minutes when Kathleen sends them. If you have any changes or updates you want us to add, just let us know and we can make those adjustments. The notes and the recorded meetings are posted. We are recording. Okay, good. I see the little red dot. So with that, I think we could hand it over to Mitch, who will present the consultant attainment report, and then any other updates you'd like to share, Mitch. And there is Anna. So hang on just one second, Mitch, before you do that. Okay, so Anna, you just popped on. Okay, we're just about to go into consultant services updates on the attainment, but I wanted to make sure that everybody here had a chance to meet you. I said that you had joined us, but I thought you might like to say a hello yourself to the group, and if you want to give a little background, you could do that as well. But you're muted.
Thanks. Hi, good morning. I'm Anna Wisner. I'm the new consultant services section chief. I don't really have a lot prepared today. I know Mitch was going to give the update. Sorry, I'm late. I realized I didn't have the actual invite to the meeting, so so I just joined. So anyway, good morning.
So Anna's been with WISTOT for a while and is familiar with consultant services and.
Yeah, I have. I've been with the DOT with the state 29 years, and I was in project development for many years in the Southwest region and the North Central region, and I was a consultant supervisor back in the day. I see Kim's online, so it's been a while, but yeah, and I've been a maintenance supervisor in between that, so I'm coming back into the consultant industry.
Great. Well, we're happy to have you. Thanks for joining. And Mitch, thank you for allowing the interruption. And now we will come back to you, please.
So if everybody can see my screen now, here is our consultant achievement for federal fiscal 23. Overall, we had just short of $167 million of federal funds that were allocated. And so we needed just short of $21 million of DBE participation to achieve our goal. We have the individual solicitations listed here. And then coming down to the summary, you can see that we had about $325 million of consultant work overall. And we had about 24.6 million of DBE achievement. That gave us an overall percentage of 14.77%. For this fiscal year, we didn't have any DBE goals that had shown up in previous years. We haven't been setting them in the last few years, but we did still have some show up as carryover projects from that were solicited, over 6 years ago. We have started to add goals to some new projects now, most notably on the I-94 East-West final design. So some of those will start to show up again in federal fiscal 24. Any questions about our DBE achievement?
So I have a question. If we set a goal so that was a September solicitation, we wait because the contract hasn't been executed in September, correct?
Correct.
And so then October, so technically, while we had set a goal, we can't claim the goal until the next federal fiscal year. But setting goals, as Mitch said, is one of the areas for us to focus on as we move forward. And I have already had a conversation with Anna about that and starting to look at where the information is that we can work from to start setting goals on some of the projects coming up. So stay tuned because we will share that information with this group. Is there any information on solicitations or other notices that you would want to share, Mitch?
One question, Madalena and Mitch, if I may, this is Tim McMurtry. Yep. You mentioned that, there aren't any goals and there will be, goals discussions, moving forward. For the past couple of years, were there ever, goals and they were gotten away from? And if so, what was kind of the impetus to getting away from them for whatever time period they had gotten away from, or if there never were any set, what was the reasoning behind that piece?
Right.
Sure. Okay. Go ahead, Mitch.
So, overall, within FHWA, what they're looking at is that we're achieving our overall goal between the race conscious and the race neutral. So in past years, we've had very strong DB participation, just because they're good at what they do and they're getting selected and they keep on getting work. So there wasn't a need to set goals in order to achieve that overall amount. In recent years, we have had some large firms exit the program, which has pulled down our overall achievement, which is why goal setting is now starting to come back up again.
Got it. So the absence of the goals previously wasn't necessarily equivalent to absence of contract opportunities. It was just there was still contract opportunities such that they didn't need any goals to be set because folks were able to get in on those contracts.
Right. Correct. And so we were achieving, 20 to 24% of the federal funding that was being contracted to DBEs without goals being set. So we could see that neutral participation was very robust. But another reason that we look at setting goals as we move forward is to be more proactive about helping to engage some of our newer firms or maybe firms that don't work as frequently with WSDOT and letting our primes know that that is a desirable pursuit that WISDOT is very in support of helping to develop new firms who may not have had much experience working with us before. And so that's a hope for setting some of these goals as well, is that we can help to build those firms that either need maybe technical development in some areas, which I'll talk a little bit more about in Mentor Protege, or just haven't worked with us as frequently.
Got it. Thank you.
May I ask a question, please?
Of course.
Great. Yes, it's on the small purchase contracts, it shows the DBE participation. I can't see the top, but I think the column that's 14.77 for small purchase, it shows 0. We do have a couple of small purchase contracts. So I'm curious if that's reflected in here or not. We've been on small purchase contracts now for at least 2 years.
Yeah, and it really depends on the funding, since we only count DB participation on projects for which there is federal funding attached. So you may have a small purchase that's 100% state funded, so it wouldn't show up here.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay, I'm not seeing any, so thank you, Mitch. And we can move over to, sorry, did you have something to add, Mitch? Okay, great, yep. Thanks.
So Engineering Opportunity Day will be coming up in early next year. And this will be a year in which we award the full service engineering master contracts. Those will probably be solicited in the January solicitation. So if you are interested in either pursuing a full service engineering contract or just obtaining an interview slot during our Engineering Opportunity Day to come in and have a chance to pitch your qualifications to WISDOT, this is your opportunity to get in front of us.
Great. Thank you.
Mitch, can you give us any kind of indication as to how much the full service contracts have been used over the past 2 years, if you're almost ready to solicit for new ones?
So they go on 2-year cycles regardless of how much we've used. So, we're just kind of at the point where we are at the end of that, or will be at the end of the 2 years in June of next year. So we're getting those in place now. We have had pretty robust use of those master contracts to this point.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Mitch. I see, Michael, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I assume we're gonna do the same thing at Engineering Opportunity Days that we did last year to have the extra room for the DBE meet and greet type thing too.
Yes, we do want to do that, and that was very successful last year. Created a great place for DBs to sort of stage before their presentations, to talk with Benji or me, to meet with primes that they had prearranged a meeting with. So that we were happy to do that. Thanks for that team that put that in place, and we'll do it again. So we'll have a little announcement that comes out referencing that too. Thank you all. Okay, Benji, are you ready?
Good morning. I am ready. So there's 2 things, 3 things actually that I want to share with you guys. The first is the attainment report. Mitch went through the consultant side, and I just want to show you kind of what we're looking at right now for the overall end of federal fiscal year 23. And again, these will change because we're consistently updating it with our after contract executions. But if you can see this screen, this is our DBE attainment report through the September let. Modifications have been processed through October 23rd, and our consultant figures are through 9:30, and these are the same numbers from the report that Mitch provided. Our goal is 12.41%. So right now, Fed funds for construction and consulting year to date is almost $1.1 billion. Our DBE commitments for consulting are the 24.6 million for DBE commitment. Commitments on our construction side, including our modifications, are 116.9 million for a total number of $101.5 million in DBE committed dollars for our commitments for consulting and construction. Which brings us to our, as of yesterday, our DBE attainment is 13.15%. At construction, at let, we had 91.7 million at time of let. And we had, for our modifications after contract execution, added on another 25.1 million for a total of 116.9 for our construction side. And again, as Mitch showed, we had almost 167 million in construction services federally funded projects. So we are doing well. We did surpass our goal so far, but as I said, we are still working on our after contract modifications for both construction and for consultants participation. And we will collect those figures, I believe, probably through the end of October, maybe into the first week of November, depending on how all of that goes. Are there any questions on that?
Oh, Benji, this is Tim. Thank you for these numbers. Do you have any additional breakdown in terms of category of the numbers as well? Particularly given that it seems like the goal was exceeded, so it's like some good work done. Just kind of curious as to what categories, Black, Hispanic, Native, women, etc. You have those categories broken down that also kind of spells out these totals?
Yes, actually, that is part of the uniform report, and those figures are being compiled as all this information comes into us. I do not have that now because it's a report in progress, but that should be available sometime towards the end of November, early December, for everyone to see when we do submit to FHWA. So we will have those numbers available.
Understood. Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions on this? Okay, hearing none and seeing no hands, I'm going to then share. We now have a new WISDOT consultant newsletter. This is going to come out quarterly, and I'm going to just go over, just touch on some of the important parts here. The reason for this is that we want to provide you guys with the latest information on WISDOT opportunities, professional events, technical information, and to share DBE firms and project spotlights. So we're going to have an area where we have upcoming events. WTBA is coming up in January. Engineering Opportunity Days is scheduled for February 21st to tie in with what Mitch was saying. The annual event is going to be held on February 28th and 29th of next year. And the TIC I haven't gotten a date on the TIC, but that'll be on the website when the TIC is coming up.
The dates are out, so we can get those to you, Benji.
I'm sorry, what's out, Kim?
The dates for the TIC are established. We can get those to you.
Okay. Awesome, great. Thank you. Perfect. Then, we're just doing a little bit on where to go, first, for the new firms that are coming in to the consultant services side that are either familiar or from out of state and are used to it, we're showing them where to go. We get the home page, where to find, for our primes, where to go for the UCP directory for new firms or specialized NAICS codes under the professional services side. We also have our new DBE program page. So we encourage everybody to go take a look at that. A lot of great information. And we currently have a prime contractor resource page there, and we are developing a prime consultant resource page. So when that gets launched on this page, we will certainly send out information on that. Other things, as far as doing business with WISTAT, we kind of highlighted and talked about what it takes to become a prime. We're working on our projects, talking about the CFR, the biannual consultant report, that you have to be on the roster for certain things. All of these links are active, solicitations, all of that. So there's a lot of really good information. And of course, the results have been posted for the construction fairs. So congratulations to all you guys on selections that were made. And again, that link is there. I want to flip back up here again for meetings. We do have, where are the meetings? The meetings like for our transportation consultant advisory for TRANS-CAC. These are the dates that are scheduled all the way out to the end of this year. Again, all the links are active, so you don't have to go and try to find it. We're also including the WISDOT Learn Center. Most of the courses, if not all that apply, are free of charge to our consultants and our contractors. So make sure that you are there with an account for each individual person. They can do their own training program. And this is really important, especially for our consultants when the construction and materials training goes on in each of the regions. So keep an eye out for those, and also all the great design and Civil 3D programs that they have, the modules that are put out for that. So that was a real great addition to the training calendar. So please take a look and come back often. And if you're not signed up, get signed up for any alerts that are coming out for any training. And yep, right there. So as we said, we're going to do a DBE and a project spotlight. We'll probably alternate. And again, I-94 East-West final design, SEO 1 and SEO 2 were selected. Congratulations to you guys that are on part of that. I know there's quite a few of you guys that are in this meeting today that are part of those projects. So awesome. Congratulations. And so what we're going to do is just give a little bit of a, recap of what it is, scope of work. And then as we get further into this, we're going to do, probably DBE spotlighting. And earlier, Madalena talked about the Mentor Protege program. So I'm going to turn this over to you then. And then I just have the one last thing about the ASP3. So let me know when you're done and I'll just cover that real quick.
Great. Thank you, Benji. So since the last time we all met, we have worked diligently with industry to build our pairings. So we do have 6 mentor protege pairs in consulting. This is an area that we've found much success for DBEs who are growing in new areas and also making the connections that they need to meet people in the industry, to meet people at WISDOT, to learn how to work with our state if that is new to some of those firms. So an area that we support wholeheartedly WISDOT wide. We do have multiple contracting options. We have found that the most success seems to come from firms working on projects together. And a couple of those pairs in the East-West that Benji just covered, there are a couple pairs from our mentor protege program engaged on each of those. So that's great. I think that total there are 10 different DBE firms on those projects. So that's really wonderful. We're seeing new firms. So thank you to our primes for listening to us, hearing the call that we need to work together to help bring in more firms, and for suspending the fear about competition and understanding that WISTOT has so much work coming up. And also that by mentoring someone, you could teach them to do things the way that you like them done as well. And so they can be a great member of your team moving forward, who does things the way your business likes to do things. So there are our pairs listed. We do have another contract, I'm thinking in Northeast region, that is a reverse mentor protege. We call it a reverse prime sub, where the protege is the prime and the mentor is the sub, similar to the Grafe and Singh project that we highlighted last time. So Kim, you may want to do a highlight on how that goes with UNM squared once we are through that project. That was really helpful to this group when Harvind and Mary Beth did that presentation. So we learned more about new ways to approach contracts from the feedback that we get from our teams. So that said, the solicitations and are really the best way to get on projects with your protege, but we have other options that we can talk about too. And you can tell your friends about this program if they're not already mentoring or might be a good candidate to be a protege. Have them let us know, and we can do that reach out too. Okay, thank you, Benji. That's what I wanted to say about mentor protege.
Great, thank you. And the last thing that I had was for the 2024 season and the remainder of projects that are open here in 2023, we're asking that all the, especially the project leads on our construction project oversight, are really reading the ASP 3 with special attention on Section 9, which is the DBE policy and modifications. We're running into situations where there are reductions that have happened way early on in the project, and we're not finding out about them until the project is closed. And even though it is the prime's responsibility to notify the DBE office, the project team also has a responsibility to be monitoring their DBE commitments. So we want to make sure that all of our partners are well informed and understand, and that will be a little more enhanced during the winter trainings in each of the regions. So we strongly encourage that everybody read that as a part of the construction oversight team. And Maria and myself are always available if you guys have questions or need guidance on this, but that's one of the things we certainly want to emphasize and bolster this year, to make sure that everybody understands the roles and responsibilities. So with that, thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy this quarterly newsletter. And if anyone has anything that they want to contribute or has an article or an idea, please send it our way, because this is something we want for you guys, not something that's always necessarily coming from WISTOT. So any participation or anything you guys want to share, just let me know and we will certainly get it in there.
Great. Thanks so much, Benji. And I'm very happy that you took a lead on getting this publication off the ground. I think it's going to be helpful and part of our commitment to working with our consultant partners. So thank you for kicking that off. Another thing that I wanted to mention before we move over to Kathleen is that we will have a more focused review of DBE commitments that are coming through on the consultant side. It's referred to in Chapter 8 in the FDM, and just making sure, and this is in line with what Benji just mentioned, for ASP3 on the construction side, we are needing to make sure that the DBE receives the commitment that came in at the time of the contract, or the prime is using a procedure, and there are certain approved causes that we would say, okay, it's understandable that you cannot use the DB in this capacity as they were contracted for. So that's sort of the other side of the ASP 3, Section 9. We have the FDM Chapter 8, Section 5. So I may put more information out about that moving forward. It's something that I think we haven't had a major concern about. On the consultant side, generally the contracts are moving along, but it is our responsibility to just be checking in on that and making sure that DBs are participating on the contract as committed. And that also ties into CUF, the commercially useful function monitoring. That is another process that we do here. Our project managers generally are the ones who are handling CUF. Kathleen has put that into place. I've mentioned commercially useful function monitoring quite a few times here. Kathleen will provide some updates about what we're doing. We've just tried, as we move forward, to always improve processes. So having to invent new procedures to align with the regulation along the way has been a labor of love, shall I say, with all of industry. And we knew that our initial attempts in some cases weren't going to be the end way that we did it. We would learn along the way, make adjustments. And so that's sort of where we've arrived with CUF. And so Kathleen can share with you where we're at, just give a brief update. CUF again is how we make sure that the DB does the work that they were contracted to do. So Kathleen, would you like to share?
Yes. Thank you for that good introduction into CUF. Again, as Madalena indicated, CUF stands for commercially useful function. This review is a final check and balance that the DBE is managing, performing, and supervising the workforce and employees per the scope of the contract. So for fiscal year 2023, the CUF review process for consultants for DBEs is a little bit different in that we decided to use the CARS evaluation as a basis of review. We are still fine-tuning this process, as Madalena has indicated, and especially for the DBE subconsultants. So for this particular year, Madalena may have reached out to some of you as far for the DBE consultants by gathering some information to confirm CUF. But starting this year and future years, so this year meaning fiscal year 2024, PMs will be reaching out to DBE subconsultants to discuss the project and scope of work. And that's so the PM is actually in a position to evaluate the work. And this does represent a change in process. So we just wanted to let any DBE subconsultants know if a PM is reaching out to you to discuss the project, they're doing so to confirm CUF, because previous years, the PMs were only evaluating the prime consultant and not going down to kind of the second level of subconsultant. There's not going to be any change to the CARS evaluation process for prime consultants other than PMs would be adding a statement to the evaluation that a company either did or did not perform a commercially useful function. So any questions regarding CUF going forward? And again, as Madalena stated, this was a process that we did kind of have to invent and go from scratch. And so we learned a lot last year. We learned a lot again this year, and we're hoping that fiscal year 2024, it kind of moves into a fairly smooth process, as now PMs, regions, bureaus are now familiar with the fact that this is needed on a yearly basis, and it's part of the federal regulation. So, any questions? Oh,
I have
Kim?
a question.
Yep.
Is this is only going to be done at the conclusion of the project? Is that correct? As part of the CARS evaluation? So
Yeah.
the PMs, what my question is, the PMs are not reaching out during the project to say to the DBE subs to say, are you doing this work? You know, do you have the supervision and that kind of thing? Is that correct? I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, and I think there needs to be some reach out. Madalena, correct me if I'm wrong,
Right.
during the project. It's not a micromanagement level, type of reaching out, but just to understand that the PM actually has reached out to the DBE subconsultant to understand, the scope of the project, that they provided the work appropriate to the contract. And, the rationale is that only WISDOT staff can evaluate consultants. A consultant can't evaluate a consultant. So the only way to get around that is, or to accomplish that, I should say, is that the PM is reaching out to that DBE subconsultant. So he or she feels comfortable in, doing that final evaluation at the end of the project.
That sounds
Right.
good. I guess I agree with that. I think it's a good idea that they at least try to reach out, because if you wait till the very end, if something happened and the DBE subconsultant didn't do what they were under contract to do,
Mhm.
it's too late to do anything about it. If you check in the middle of the contract, you can say, the PM can say, I see from your contract, you're supposed to be doing the pavement marking plan. Are you still on schedule for doing that and that kind of thing? And I think that'll help to keep crimes a little bit more on their toes, maybe.
Yep.
That they do need to use the things that they have in the contract. So I do think it's a good idea. I realize it's a little bit more work for the PMs, and sometimes
Mhm.
that's not always desirable or a lot or even efficient or convenient. But at least on some of the contracts where they're a little bit bigger portions, I think it's a good idea to check during the contract.
Yeah,
Mhm.
good. Thank you for that feedback. That's appreciated. Any other questions involving CUF? Okay. Well, hearing none, I am going to move on to consultant brochures, and just give me a moment to share my screen here. This is in addition to the newsletter that Benji profiled. Our office also created some resource documents for both the prime consultant and the DBE subconsultant. And this is, tips and guidance on things to think about during for a pre-construction meeting, during this process, the NOI submittal and interview process, post-selection meetings, and scoping and negotiation meetings. Again, this is just, and the brochure that I'm profiling right now is for the prime consultant. And again, these are just tips, best practices, things that you can incorporate into your existing practice and policies of, how to go about soliciting WISDOT for this work. So this one again is for primes. We have a similar one for the DBE subconsultants. Again, going through those various stages of the process, the pre-solicitation meetings, the NOI interview stage, post-selection meetings, scoping and negotiation, and then also included project execution and delivery. And again, we highlight the mentor protege on both brochures. So we are finding, we are going to be finding the right spot on the WISDOT web pages. They're not online yet. And these also will be sent out. I don't know, Madalena, what was your thought again on sending
Mhm.
the brochures out?
My hope is that we can hop on the list that consultant services uses
Oh,
for
yes.
sending out maybe solicitations or notification information, that we might be able to get it out that way, because then we know those are firms that want information from WISDOT.
Mhm.
So I have to firm up if that's the best way. But we'll also include them in our monthly e-blast that goes to DBEs and anyone else who's signed up for that. And those are always cataloged on our website. All of our publications are, so you can look back to a previous issue if you didn't get it. Same with our meetings, everything is there online. So if you missed a
Mhm.
meeting, and you can't handle that you missed an hour and a half of listening to us talk to you, you can watch the video, and get the documents that we attach to the meetings. So we're trying to get this information in the places where they're most accessible to people. As Kathleen mentioned, we're looking for the best place for the prime one, but I think the DBE one, will we put in the resources area then in support services? Kathleen, with the construction one?
Oh, okay, you do want it listed there as well?
I think so, both, because those are
Okay.
for DB support services, that makes
Yep.
sense. And then the
Okay,
prime one is the place we're looking for, I think.
got it. Okay, I'll get that one. I'll talk to
Great.
Sarah today. Get that in
Thank
get
you.
that in the works. So yeah, we really hope that these are good resources for everybody, in addition to that quarterly newsletter that's coming out. This hopefully consolidates all of the information into one spot. And certainly we're open to any feedback after anybody reviews. If let us know if this is working, or if you had any other additions. We're certainly wanting to understand that information as well. So any questions on the consultant brochures? Okay, hearing none. And then my last piece of information is, yesterday I did send out the TRANS-CAC quarterly meetings for 2024. Those again are profiled in the newsletter, and just wanted to mention, if there's anybody at your companies who also would like to be invited, please let me know. I'm happy to get them on the list and the distribution list, as well as sending the invite out. So please let me know that information. And that's all I have.
Great, thanks so much, Kathleen. So lots of information we've given to you, and tried to share the visually pleasant things too. Hopefully, those are the ones that's a good way for you to get the information that you need, and easy way to share it too. We are at the part of the meeting where we do our industry check-ins. Oh, Kim, yes?
I was just wondering if you wanted to mention the DBE guide that you're putting together, the sort of what it's going to contain, because it's similar to some of those things, and when you think it will, we'll have it available, and what its usefulness is going to be.
Sure, thanks. So we are working on 2 guides that will become part of a playbook for DBEs as part of our focus to help DBEs to become primes ultimately. But we realize along the way, first, understanding how to sub with WISDOT is critical. So both for consulting and construction, we are working on those guides. Likely developing some training plans that will go along with those, as people have different levels of sort of engaging with written materials. So we know that we may have to do a little bit more than just say, here, read this. But the consultant side guide will provide, basically, if you just walked in the door first day, you're going to start working with WISDOT, what do you need to know? So working through all of those steps, being strategic in your thinking, so that when you come in and you are going to sub, how do you start making the plan that ultimately you're going to become a prime? And so we're trying to lay that out and convey that, so that it gives someone a new firm, or a new firm to working with WISDOT, a platform to then have that discussion with us, I think, and others, and we can help them engage. And we also, related to that, updated all of our resources and have a resource guide now that is very comprehensive, that's listed, that lists resources for really any firm. And I don't know, Kathleen, if we were able to get that posted yet. We've had some code issues with the website, so there've been a few delays, but is that one there now?
Not yet. I checked yesterday. I did not see it. So I think that's
Okay.
still in the works with getting that icon put together for it. So
Okay,
yep.
all right,
In-
so
in
we're working on
process.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. So we hope to have both of those guides, the one Kim originally brought up, those should be out next month. So we'll send more information. While you may or may not need those guides themselves, those can be very good tools for you to share with other firms. And again, on those, we also are very open to feedback. What was something that when you were new, you didn't know and would have been very helpful if WISDOT provided a little help there. So, so that's where those are. Thanks, Kim, for the reminder on that. And we'll share a beautiful visual with you next time we're together here. Okay. So now we'll go around. I'm going to start with our industry areas, but then I'm coming around to everybody in the room. So why don't we start with Dave first for ACEC?
Okay, thanks, Madalena. We were talking when we first started the call of the conflict we have today with the transportation partnering meeting. So I just want to say thank you to Kathleen for getting the dates out for 2024 and also for Benji for mentioning that. I will send that over to Andrew. So he gets that on our calendar. But I think in general, if we have dates, like for the workshop and other things, just, communicating back and forth with Chris, and we can do the same, just so we look ahead. And it also helps, I think ACEC then can help promote some of your activities as well, as we look at schedules. I threw the tick in the chat. That's March 5th and 6th, so we've got that.
Right.
So that's on the scheduling. Another thing, and I think probably most are aware of it, if not, a big thank you to WISDOT. We've been working a long time on fixed fee. And effective January 1 of 24, the base fixed fee will be increasing up to 8.25. That's something that we've been working closely with WISDOT on, and we finally had some movement on that. And then another thing that I think affects a lot of our firms, DBE and primes, is we've got some legislation that we're working on for state statutes as it relates to indemnification and duty to defend. The indemnification, we're trying to just to streamline that a little bit, so it's not like the shotgun approach and everybody and anybody comes after. So it's just some fairness, some things that we're doing on the indemnification, and then on the duty to defend language that we want to make sure that we can get to our professional liability. There's provisions in all of our professional liability that we cannot agree to upfront cover attorney's cost. If we're liable, if we had an error and we're liable, yeah, it'll pay for it, but we can't commit to the upfront defense, and that could negate getting access to our P&L, which could severely impact our firms. I know our firm carries separate duty to defend insurance just for that purpose. That's something we wouldn't have to do. We were supposed to have a public hearing actually today or tomorrow on it. But the senator that was leading it was out of town, so it will be happening here in November. Everything looks positive. We're going to get this through. We've got nobody opposing it. So that's something we're hoping to yet this year get through and enact some changes. So we're one of the only states in the Midwest that doesn't have a provision for this. So that's something ACEC is working on.
Great, thank you for those updates. Does anybody have any questions for Dave? Seeing none, we will move on to NAMAC. Tim, Bruce, would you like to share NAMAC announcements?
Oh, hello there. Well, I guess our biggest announcement, I guess, is kind of come and gone now. We just had our 8th annual construction industry business to business forum just last week, Wednesday, and are still catching our breath from that. It was a pretty successful event, panel discussions on some of the largest construction projects in the region. Keynote address by executive from Microsoft talking about their $1 billion project jumping off in Racine. And so we have some follow-up that we're going to be doing from that, continuing to work with WISDOT Brass on strategic partnership to deliver diverse prime lead infrastructure projects as well. I think we got a couple of meetings coming up even next month. And so just really continuing on wanting to maximize the DBE, participation, and really, helping those firms that are on their way to being, all the way established, cover that hump. I think over the next, 4 to 10 years, there seems to be a number of substantial projects coming down the pike. And when you have what has been described as the silver tsunami, a number of folks who have been in the industry for a while, maybe hanging up their cleats, so to speak, coming up, we want to be able to replace them with, quality talent at the DBE level, diverse business enterprise level, such that wealth can be generated and grown, not just for those companies and those on their payroll, but also for the communities in which they are participatory in and live in. And so we think that this time that we're in now, both with the state projects as well as the federal infrastructure bill that has been passed, that this is a golden opportunity, maybe the best opportunity that we've had in a generation at least, to really position folks to really get in on the Reindeer Games. Conversations have been pretty solid with WISDOT in terms of identifying opportunities in their pathway, both on the construction side and consulting side, to really, not leave any stone unturned with regards to those possibilities. And so we'll continue to move forward in that vein and continue to be involved with you all in moving things forward. And if we have, as we are reviewing the new innovations such as newsletters and changes and improvements to the website, etc., if we have some things that we can contribute or give suggestions on relative to how we can help the rising tide lift all boats, we'll continue to do that as well. So with that, I'll yield the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
Right. I'll come to you, Bruce, as we go around, and if you have some other things you want to add, you could do it then. I'm going to move on to Mary Ferlenza at FHWA. Thanks for joining us, Mary, and being our civil rights liaison in the interim.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody. I haven't been on the group for a while. I'm happy to be back. Anna, congratulations on your new gig. Haven't talked to you in a very, very long time, but I'm sure you'll do great. Couple of things. First of all, to let this group know that Jada Bigham, our civil rights and freight specialist, has moved on to a new position. So Jada is returning. She's actually she's taken a position with headquarters. And so we will be soliciting for a new civil rights program manager in Wisconsin. In the meantime, as team leader, I'm taking on those responsibilities. I want to let you know this continues to be a very important role in our division, and we are doing everything we can to make sure that we get someone that's really well-versed. Like many of you know and are dealing both at the state and the private sector level, we continue to have a lot of turnover, and we anticipate that will continue. However, we're trying to get the best people that we can, and this is definitely a key area for us. So when that actual information comes out, I will make sure that to share that with WISDOT so that they can share that with others as well. If you know anyone who might be interested, or you could reach out to me directly. That said, I also want to let you know that I've moved some things around, and Madalena, I'm confirming with you and Benji as well that I will be attending representing Federal Highways at the upcoming November 9th DBE 3.0. So we can talk more about specifics on what you might need from me if anything, in terms and in addition to active participation. And then the other thing that I want to let the group know about is some exciting things that are happening with our EDC 7 or our everyday counts, federal initiatives that have been going on in innovation and improvement for many years now, and we're in round 7 of that. And one of the projects for EDC 7 is rethinking DBE for the design build process. And it's interesting because while DBE is very new to us here in Wisconsin, obviously design build is something that's been done actively around the country for 20 years. So it's not new around the country, it's new here. But what's happening along those lines with a federally corporate DBE project is rethinking what DBE means in the design build process. And as part of that, there's an upcoming peer exchange that we are doing nationally and bringing states together in DC in mid-December. And WSDOT is going to be actively participating in that peer exchange. And what we're really looking for, and it's a combination of DBE as well as, in WSDOT's case, Ben Thompson is going to be coming, as well as the connection with the design and construction process, right, related to DBE, because the whole point of this peer exchange is the two areas working together to rethink what DBE can be in relation to the design build process. For example, one of the key elements that's being identified is the possibility of open-ended performance plans. And there are several states out there that are already and have been doing that, particularly since they've got a lot more experience in design build than Wisconsin has at this point. So we will have several people from Wisconsin attending. Tandra, Madalena, and Benji and Ben will be the people that will be going out in mid-December. And an agenda just went out for that, guys, because I know that it takes a while, of course, for getting approval, even if it's funded by someone else, to get approval to travel out of state. So we're very excited about that and to see what Wisconsin might learn as we're just really getting into design build and see what that can mean for the DBE community in terms of design build projects moving into the future. So that's my news for today. I don't know if anyone's got any questions for me. We'll keep you posted, and I'll be actively participating in meetings and be bringing on our new civil rights program manager as that individual gets announced and brought on board. So thank you.
Great, thanks for those updates, Mary. You know, I was just at the Lone Rock Bridge, bridges, I should say, yesterday, and went on a tour there. Andy, saw your guy Barry over there, and got to participate in that meeting, and just that project and everything that's going into it and the collaboration of all the teams coming together is really amazing. So that was a great experience for me, and we'll be kind of highlighting that project as we move forward in both TRANS-CAC and TRANS-CAC. Just because of the different sort of newness that it is to us and the things that we're learning from at WSDOT. Yeah, so thank
Bruce,
you.
Looks like Bruce has his hand up.
Yes, Bruce?
Yes, thank you. The mid-December meeting, is this open to other firms to attend as well, or is it just?
No, this is specifically a federal highway state DOT meeting.
Okay,
But the
so
outcome of that will clearly be shared with everyone.
can I attend as well? Is I
No.
guess more my question. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Just checking if it was
Yeah.
open or not.
No, it's a good question. And that's, sorry if I wasn't clear, but yes, this is specifically by Federal Highway Headquarters, focusing corporately with the people that administer the program, which are the state DOTs.
Okay, you don't know, but I find any reason to try to get back to DC
You
so I can also see my grand twins. So,
Oh, you can always come hang out with us there as like our moral support.
oh,
Bruce.
okay, I can do that. I can do
There
that.
is that.
Roz, I see you have your hand up too.
Yes, I was just thinking after our annual event is in February, so hopefully that'll be one of our workshops, maybe, because we're in the planning phase for that. So they'll be able to share hopefully then, Bruce.
Yeah, that sounds great. And since we're at you right now, Roz, do you just
Oh.
want to continue? Anything you want to share?
Yes, I do. I want to share, like I said, we're planning our annual event coming up. And I want to first share our save the date. It's February 28th and 29th, 2024. It'll be at the Kalahari Resort Conference Center. And what's nice about having it at the Kalahari is that they're extending our state rate through the weekend. So that's good. So it's
You wanna
$99.
stay longer.
So if you want to
Mhm.
bring your children or family, you know, you can, the $99 will be extended through the weekend. Also, we'll be looking for, we got our 2 partners already, so we're looking for more partners. So I don't know, I'll be sending this out today. So if anyone else wants to participate, the Breakfast Power Hour is the CBG Construction Business Group. And then WTBA took the registration welcome break. And so we're still looking for awards launching, networking, and the reception and the networking break. And then we have, you know, exhibitors and vendors and DB business cards if you like to get your business card posted. So right now I'm meeting with Keisha so that we can start setting up the registration sometime in December. And then you can, if anyone wants to get a partnership, then you'll be able to make your payments through that way. Also, I wanted to share, can you guys see? Did I just skip? Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking, Madeline, I'll send this to you, but we'll be sending this out for our awards nominations. So if you have anyone that you think deserving of a Golden Shovel Award or any of these awards listed here, just please let us know. I'll send this out after Madeline. You know, I'm just looking at it today and I need to put the new logo here. So I'll be sending this to Madeline so she can say, okay, Ross, good to go. And then we'll be sending this out to our stakeholders. So that's all I have, really.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you for that, Roz. Any questions for Rosalind? She is a point person on mentor protege, as well as support services overall. So you'll find her email address all over the place on the website, but she's a great resource to connect you or firms that you would refer for support services. She's sort of the hub. So good to start with Roz. Okay, I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna do the screen first, people I can see, and then I'm gonna move over to the list. So Bruce, you're in the top of my screen. Anything else you'd like to share?
No, just from our personal side of things or for the business side, just really, as Dave mentioned earlier, we're really excited as well that the fixed fee has been increased. So in fact, I had to submit our amendment on the Twin River Bridges project to increase our fee on that. So really excited about having that opportunity. And related to that, we are excited that we're continuing to get opportunities for work with our mentor, as well as on the east leg of the 94 corridor. So we're on both segments of that project and really appreciate that opportunity. And we continue to look for work as a prime. We're fortunate to win a project again for next construction season as a prime. So we're looking forward to delivering that project, exceeding the DOT's expectations, and I'm just glad that things are moving forward for us. I've been getting more involved with the value of being more involved with ACEC as well. We have staff that have gone through the mentorship or development program with ACEC. Sam Martinez went through last year, and this year we have our other senior engineer. Actually, he pointed out to me, I always think about it, but not in the same light that he does. He's Casey Unrath, who has spent his entire professional career with our company. He's on year 16 with us, and he's also going through the program this year. You'll be at the ACEC. You'll see him, Madeleine, this afternoon. They have another one of their sessions this morning, but he's coming over to attend the afternoon session. And that's all I have for Span and Associates, I think.
Okay,
Except I still want to
thanks.
go to DC.
Oh, okay, Bruce, we'll let you know when we lock it in.
I'll be there
Thank
next week,
you.
though. There is another US DOT conference at the Secretary Buttigieg's building there on New Jersey Avenue. So I'll get to see Ava and Sebastian while I'm out there then.
Good. That's good. Okay, well, we'll keep you in mind if we can work something out. I'll let you know. Randy, would you like to share anything from Prism?
Hey, Madeline, can I jump in real quick? 'Cause I
Oh,
have-
yeah, I'm
I
sorry,
have a
Michael.
follow-up
Yes.
question to something Bruce said, because I thought I heard him say he was submitting an amendment with the new fixed fee on it.
I thought that's what I just submitted to H&TB. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought I made an amendment recently, and it's going to be approved next year, is what my understanding was.
Because the new fixed fee should only go into effect on projects starting in the January solicitation.
Yeah, it's not under the current contract. No, it's what I understand, this is going to be starting sometime in 24.
Okay, I wanted to get it out there to make sure it was clear understanding of January
Right.
solicitation form. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah, it's
Thanks
not,
for-
yep.
Yep,
All
thanks for
right,
letting
thank
me
you.
jump in, Madeline. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. So Randy's stand-in, would you, I like your avatar, okay. Anything to add, Randy? Maybe not, maybe that's,
No,
oh, there we go. Okay.
It's all great. Just said I wish I could speak in a robotic voice right now, but that's not the case. No, it's all good. Excited about all the things that are happening and how Woodstock continues to be at the forefront of making sure that DBEs have an opportunity. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Randy. We appreciate you too. Okay, Kim, anything else you would like to add?
No, I'm echo Randy's comments. I think the DBE office is really stepping up and doing a lot of things to help the new firms get on their feet and the existing firms get more business and that type of thing. I just wanted to mention one thing. We have a mentor protege pair with M Squared, and we did our MOA and our action plan and things, and just in the last solicitation, M Squared got selected for a prime project in the Northeast region that we're excited to work with them on and help mentor them through the process so that they can learn. That's a great accomplishment.
Great. Thank you for highlighting that. Andy, what would you like to share with us?
Yep. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, just we're in the middle of our mentor protege with SPAN. We're doing bi-monthly workshops. Did one on curb ramp design last month with a couple of Bruce's engineers, and next month we're gonna do a workshop on bridge design. So things are going well there. It's a great partnership. Great to work with Bruce and Dwayne, and getting to know his younger staff, and yeah, fortunate to have been selected on the west leg segment of I-94 East-West. We had 7 DBEs on our team, including SPAN. So we're going through the contracting process right now on that. Look forward to getting started. And yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for Bruce's staff to learn, to be working on a job together, and just overall on our approach with that project is, like our DBEs, and I'm the PM, so this is going to be a focus for me. It's not just checking the box. I mean, we're going to have high expectations and for our DBE subs, and we're gonna put them to work. And it's a fast-paced project, a complex project, so it's a great learning opportunity for everybody. And this last thing, looking forward to February 28th, 29th, and just let me know how HNTB can help with that, either through a sponsorship or volunteer opportunities. Looking forward to that conference already. It's always really well done, and echo what Kim and others have said. Great job, Madalena, and others with your work here at the DBE program. We know it's important to you, and it's important to WISDOT, important for the governor, and let us know how we can support you in any way moving forward.
Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate everything HNTB is doing. I see Benji has her hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind you guys to please go look at the Learn Center, because Civil 3D does have a whole bunch of stuff in there. And I do think I remember seeing ADA ramps and curb and gutter and that kind of stuff. So just take a couple seconds, run over there and take a look at that. And that might help supplement the stuff that you are working with them and give them like a homework assignment. So
Absolutely. Yeah, no, thanks, Benji.
yeah, thank you.
Thanks for adding that. Benji, anything else you want to add while you're talking or while you're still yellow?
I'm still yellow. No, but thanks everybody. And if you do have anything that you want included in the newsletter or anything, like that, let me know. We'd be happy to get it in there. And of course, we are going to be looking for our mentor or for our networking primes for the upcoming event in February. And either I or Roslyn or one of our consultant partners will be reaching out to help, lock you guys in for participating in our Prime and DBE consultant networking program for our next big event.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Keisha, I saw you joined us. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Hello, everyone. Just ditto what Randy said, and we're looking forward to working with you on the West Leg as well. And it's busy this year, so looking forward to this year and upcoming years, and definitely DBE Summit. So
Great.
Happy Hump Day, everybody.
That's right. Halfway. Okay, so now I'm moving into the circles. Let's see, Michael Rivera, anything to add?
Nothing at this time, just listening to all the information, and good to see that there's going to be newsletters and more information available. But nothing more than that. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for joining. Becky, would you like to add anything?
Sorry about that. Nope, nothing for me. Happy to be attending today and listening in.
Okay, thanks for joining us. And Marissa, hello.
Hello. It's been a while since I've been able to join the meeting. I've had conflicts previously. I guess my comments will just echo kind of what's been said before, is it's really positive and really encouraging to see everything that's happening right now through the hard work of WISDOT. I know we had such a positive experience with the mentor protege program. It's really nice to see that moving forward and expanding, because I think it's such a valuable resource for growing firms. So just happy to be here and see everything that's going on. And I already put some dates on my calendar, so I'm looking forward to seeing you in person.
Wonderful. Me too, you. Marissa's at Sing, for anyone who doesn't know her. So they were on the project with Grafe that I mentioned earlier. Anna, anything you would like to add?
No, I don't have anything else to add right now, but thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mitch Patoka, anything else for us?
Nothing else for me right now.
Okay, I don't want to miss anyone here. Looking at the list. Okay, I might be over to you, Michael Holker.
I have nothing to add. Thank you for the opportunity, though.
Okay, thank you. All right, anyone that I didn't call on that really wants to share something or has hurt feelings now, and I'll come give you a hug if you come this afternoon. No? Okay, well, I think everyone, I think I called on everyone. So thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. Kathleen appreciates it. And with that, we can send you off to the rest of your day. And to some of you, I will see you in a little bit. Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.